Hello and welcome to the very first FIFA Insider audio interview. Whilst at EA on Friday last week, I was able to sit down with producer Sebastian Enrique, have a bit of a chat about the presentation we saw and some of the new features. So here is the audio from that interview. It's a little bit echoey, just because of the room it was recorded in and the device we used to record it. So apologies for that, but I think you can still figure out what he's saying quite clearly. So enjoy.
He goes for goal!
Firstly, the new CM interface looks really, really nice. I know it's not final artwork, but is that, you're hoping that it kind of stays? It looks a little bit like Ultimate Team. Is it kind of taken a bit of...
Yeah, we took inspiration from the Ultimate Team panel plus style design that was introduced in FIFA 13. It was very, very successful. And basically we're not extending, but I don't want to say extending or copying, but took the inspiration, making it career mode.
Yeah.
And so it's much more convenient. I'm going to pass the feedback to the interface designers that will be happy about it.
No, it does look good. One thing we didn't get to see though is kind of like the player news and that kind of thing. Is that going to be sort of easily accessible, or is it?
We're trying that everything will be easily accessible. So we're constantly running like focus tests to see what people think, what is the feedback, and try to fit everything in such a way that everyone feels happy about.
Awesome. Can you talk a little bit about the changes to the scouting network and how we can expect to work with like the traits and stuff?
Yeah, what is fantastic of the scouting network is that removes. It's a big change for career mode because it removes that thing that people were used to searching for players using card numbers with the attributes.
Yeah.
And the search was in general just in the transfer window when you search for players. Okay, I want an 89, blah blah, whatever it is, and then negotiating the contract with that player. With the global scouting network, we're bringing the authenticity of scouting all season long. So what you're going to imagine that you're playing and you suddenly say, okay, so I'm better on my team. I need to fill a gap in center attack that I need like a tall player because I like playing with crosses.
Yeah, I want a target man.
Yeah, so when you start, then you start the scouting process. So you hire a scout, you tell the scout, okay, please can you go and look for a tall center back or a tall, in this case, center forward. And then you start refining those instructions. So you're going to say, okay, but I need that is good at heading or different things that are English words based on traits.
So will that happen at the point where, so if you say I want a tall striker, will they then come back with, say, 25 tall strikers and then you start filtering it down, or?
Yeah, they will start coming with certain amount of players, and then you can start saying, okay, you can refine that search by giving more refined instructions to the scout, and the scout will start giving you, so the longer the scout, the better refinement they will get.
The closer you're going to get to what you want.
Exactly.
Yeah. So does that mean we're going to get a bit more involved outside the transfer window in terms of those kind of things?
Absolutely. So scouting is something that you do all season long, and hopefully, so when you get into a transfer window, you know what are the players that you want to target to hire for your club.
So the skill games, they look pretty cool. The new what the new ones I kind of understand. What sort of changes are you making to the existing stuff?
We're working through them, so we're not going to announce it yet.
Okay.
But yeah, the intention is to refreshing them.
So it's not just the same as last year.
Yeah, they don't feel extremely boring for the people that play them on FIFA 13.
I guess we're not quite at the place where we can make our own yet. Start putting our own.
Not yet.
The protecting the ball stuff looks really, really good. How far off the ball can you initiate that? So, obviously we've seen that you can do it when you're in space, but how far can you start doing that?
That's something that we're tuning. In general, when you have those 50-50 balls, we are analyzing if we are basing it on distance, so we are prototyping different things. But the intention is that it feels right. So we're prototyping different things. I cannot tell you exactly how the mechanic is going to work on those situations beyond how you trigger it, because we're prototyping different situations and play testing them until we get it right.
And then how does it interact with push-pull? So
it's a fantastic thing. You play the game, you see a defender that wants to start push and pulling, but then you can counteract that by...
so they put a hand on your shoulder, you can lean in.
Exactly. So you use your body, the other player is trying to use the body and the arms, but you use your body to counteract. And then we are play testing it again to find what is the right balance between when a foul is called, or who wins in the situation. So there is a lot of context that plays like in this situation, but the one-on-one fight feels amazing.
And so from a control point of view, you initiate it with the left stick, and then do you use like the right stick to lean, or?
No, with the left stick.
Left trigger.
You continue moving. So what you do with the trimmer, with the right trigger, what you do is a modifier for sprinting.
Right.
So when you trigger the left trigger, when you hold the left trigger, you will slow down and enter into the protect the ball stance. The protect the ball in general, to give like a big overview of what it does, is try to put your body between the defender and the ball.
Yeah.
So that's protecting the ball, and that's generating like a slowdown into the defender, or kind of slowing him down so you can then continue with the ball.
Yeah.
But then what you can do is to kind of tap it. And this is
so
when
like
you
on and off almost. Like
exactly. The on and off. So you saw a video of Drogba when he's running, then he kind of like pushes with his body the defender, and then he continues sprinting.
Yeah. So when you release, you then get the burst of sprint again. And
exactly. So then it's like a slowing down to just do a body check and then continue running.
We saw some changes to how heavy touches are taken when you're moving at speed. How does the game calculate that sort of stuff? Like what dictates a very heavy touch versus a lighter touch? Is it just speed, or is it?
No, it's a system that is based on attributes similar to what is the first touch control.
Okay.
The thing is, for players that are extremely good at sprint dribbling, like Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, the touch is going to be almost perfect, because it's never perfect in real life. So the touch for those players, for the players that are good at it, it's going to be almost perfect. But then we're finding what is the right combination of attributes to refine like how much is the error, or how much is the variance on the touch.
Yeah.
So the touch is unpredictable, but it's going to be not unpredictable in the sense that it becomes random, but unpredictable in the sense of certain thresholds and certain parameters depending on player attributes. And then it's going to be based as well on the speed, how much pressure you have.
I was just going to say, it's a pressure from defense and stuff.
Yeah, pressure of the defense, the speed, with what foot you made the touch. It's a lot of things that are being considered, but it feels already right.
The ball, it moves around a lot in the air now.
Yeah.
A lot more spin on it. How does that sort of work from an input point of view? So obviously we've seen the changes to shooting stances and stuff like that, and making sure that you're set correctly before you take a shot. How much of what can you do to make sure that you, like, for example, is there a way to put like a lot of spin on the ball, or is it just contextual?
For now, we're not changing what are the modifiers for the different type of shots.
Okay. So you still have finesse.
Continue having finesse, cheap shots. So the your shots are more contextual. So the your shots, the outcome of the your shots was there in 13.
Yeah.
But the animations of how to get the proper player stance, the stride into the shot was not there. So we're adding a lot of animations to accomplish that. And for the different ball physics, you still can, that on free kicks you can give the spin to the ball. All those things are still there. The thing is that now we are using I don't want to say proper, but more realistic simulation of ball physics. We're not adding modifiers so you can have different type of shots, of different type of ball trajectories. For example, for the deep in shots, it will depend on how much you power up and of the timing that you have when reaching the ball. The same point, if you're going to get those low rising shots, it's going to depend on the timing of the shot.
Probably like distance to goal as well. Is that going to factor in? Because obviously if you're further out, you want it to dip more.
It's context sensitive in the sense of, how much time your player had to adjust the stride to get to the ball. So if you saw the example that we showed of Gerard, he was unmarked, completely unmarked. He had lots of space and plenty of time to adjust
and set himself right. So sure.
Exactly. So it will depend on all those situations.
Second chance tackling. So you mentioned you've got a very small window to initiate it. Like, how difficult is it to make sure that kind of thing doesn't become overpowered?
That's something we're tuning. It's very hard to tune because we don't want people to just tap constantly the tackle button. So what we are playing around with the mechanic to see when it feels right. For now, we have seen that in certain situations it is the right thing to do, but we're going to make sure that We don't want the behavior of tapping all the
He
time.
just doesn't want to be a double tap to sort of put one foot in and a
Exactly.
second foot in and then, yeah. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.